Hey, it's Shadow here. I just wanted to talk about something that I don't feel like gets talked about enough. The MCU is in a state of being really inconsistent lately. They're not doing that great.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But something that they have been doing great lately is their cameos. So today, just wanted to talk about a couple things that I thought was really good is Post Endgame. Some of the greatest cameos that the MCU has given us and why I really like them. They're not in any particular order, but I just want to talk about them. So, first off, let's go with Spider-Man No Way Home, the strongest movie post Endgame. Anybody want to fight me on that one? Thought not. We are going to go with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire is the front runners on this. They weren't just a character that popped up, but they also helped carry the third act of the movie and really great. I want to say specifically Andrew Garfield because he is killing it in this movie. And I thought his movies were great. He was, but his movies weren't.
So thanks for having me.
But a little sprinkle on top, Daredevil was a great cameo. Like, it blew me out of the water that he just had a small role. And cameos that hit that area, I say good job. So Spider-Man No Way Home had some really good cameos. Next on my list is another movie that was a little iffy here and there, but Doctor Strange's Multitude of Madness, when they brought in the Illuminati, that was a great series of cameos. But on hindsight, like how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield really helped with the third act, the Illuminati showed up and then died like within 10 minutes. But I can't deny the feeling of seeing Professor X and Jim showing up as Mr. Fantastic in the MCU. I was like, whoa, they're bringing in the X-Men and Fantastic Four? This was a great moment. Maybe it didn't last that well, which is why it's not in my top, but nonetheless, this was a really great cameo, and I wish they would hit some of these strings again. Hey boy, my dog is jealous that I'm talking to you guys right now. He is like all on my lap, like he's a big dog. All right, back to what we're talking about. Another cameo that I thought was ingenious, that this hit me on the shock factor a lot, and it was Wakanda Forever. When Killmonger was in the dream sequence, that was really good.
Chidaka.
Little cousin.
Not only did I thought they were going to do like a deep fake of having the previous Black Panther in there, but no, they subverted our expectations and kind of went with somebody else, and it was Killmonger. And narratively, it makes sense, and Michael B. Jordan is just a great actor, so seeing him perform is always something I love. We're gonna go to my last three, and these are kind of in order, and I'll explain why they're in this order. So, Spider-Man Far From Home, I think it might be the weakest of the trilogy, but it's still a fun movie. And the cameo that really spiked so much happy emotions was at the very end when J.K. Simmons shows up as J. Jonah Jameson, and I was all like, what? This is a great version of a cameo where it's a surprise, but it also helps the narrative, and it brings back that nostalgic feeling without heavy-handedly doing it, where it just crux the whole moment. And seeing J. Jonah Jameson in this was spectacular. You get it? Because it's Spider-Man? Spectacular. All right, now that we're talking about like cameos, we cannot forget this movie where it's riddled with so many cameos where it was the prominent flavor that helps this movie coast in no bad way. So Deadpool and Wolverine, we got X-24, we brought Blade in there, Henry Cavill as a variant of Wolverine. Yo, give me that. That was great. Something that almost edged into the #1 spot was Channing Tatum as Gambit.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. You just make sure people know what happened here today.
Not only did I want to see Gambit, and his movie was like, it was like a great fan service. And we're like, oh man, I really wish he was in there more, because he was supposed to get his own movie. So Gambit in this movie was something that the fans have been always asking for. So great, I applaud you. The one that really got me though was the Chris Evans doing his Human Torch. This was played on the back of thinking that he was going to be there as Captain America. And I remember telling my friends before this movie, Captain America's going to be in this movie. Captain America's going to be in this movie. So when he shows up and he has that little Captain America theme that's going on in the background, I was like, yes, I knew it. I was right. And then he says, flame on. Killed me.
Avengers, flame on! Sorry, what now?
And I thought this was a great cameo. Probably my favorite cameo out of Deadpool Wolverine. It was Chris Evans showing up and being Johnny Storm. I go into my last and final cameo, Post Endgame. And something that you might be seeing as something that you might be noticing as a pattern for me when I'm talking about cameos is the surprise factor. It's something that it can subvert your expectations and really bring in something else from another universe. And the best cameo post Endgame, and might be one of the best cameos all MCU, is WandaVision. I believe it's at the end of episode 3, maybe 4, where Wanda has a knock on the door and we see a silver hair person, and here I am, I was all like, oh wow, they brought in Quicksilver. And I thought that Aaron Taylor Johnson, or whatever his name is, was gonna show up and reprise his role as Quicksilver. But once they pan to the front and it's the Quicksilver from X-Men.
You didn't see that coming?
Amazing. I was all like, does this mean that they're going to do something with X-Men?
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
And which has been teased for years, and this was the one that stole it for me. I would say this is the best version of doing a cameo and knowing how to do it. I wish MCU could hit this stride consistently a little bit more with some of their MCU cameos, and they've done some really great stuff. Now, if you feel like I've missed something on my list, let me know. If you like my list, let me know. And as always, just come to my channel and we can talk about some TV shows, movies, and other stuff. So, until next time, be on the lookout for that. Have a great day. Be safe. Shadow Hero out. I need to come up with an outro.